So I reviewed The Boys a little while ago, and I explained how that show sucked. But then I found out there was a spin-off show being made set in The Boys universe. And I knew this show was going to be bad. I read some reviews on it, I watched some videos about it, and I knew exactly what I was getting myself into. But this show is even worse than I thought. First, let's talk about the first episode. This show shows how incredibly woke it is in the first scene of the show. A-Train is the first black member of the Seven. Congratulations. This is the first scene of the show, and it's already off to a bad start. So our protagonist is Marie, a girl that has blood powers, and her powers are shown to us in the most disturbing way possible. So Marie is on her period, and she accidentally kills her mother and father with her period blood. I don't think I can even show this on YouTube. This is so gross and stupid. I actually laughed out loud when I watched this scene. It is so incredibly ridiculous and unnecessary. There's so many better ways the writers could have handled this. Marie was 12 at the time, by the way. Scenes like this makes me raise my eyebrow at the writers of this show. Also, this girl calls PewDiePie a Nazi, which, what the fuck, dude? First of all, I hate when shows try to reference celebrities in the real world. It just takes me out of the experience. Second of all, PewDiePie is not a fucking Nazi. He's a husband, a father, and a YouTuber. Fuck off. Also, adult Mary does not look 18. She looks 28. I know this isn't uncommon, that actors don't always look the age of the character that they're portraying, but it is distracting. Also, the licensed music is pretty distracting. And the gore is still here, just like in The Boys, and it's still excessive, and it doesn't seem to serve much purpose other than shock value. I talked about this earlier, but the show is super woke, and it's so blatant. It's even worse than The Boys. Also, the edgy humor isn't funny. It just gets so tiring and annoying after a while. It's mostly jokes about dicks and sex, which gets old really fast. I only laughed a few times out of the whole show. Also, the acting is mediocre at best. The dialogue is very bad. I can't think of one good line in the entire show. I have to avoid cringing every time I hear a line of dialogue. These are supposed to be college students. College students do not talk like this. Characters just state exactly what they think and feel, and it's so on the nose. There's no subtext or intrigue. Nothing to think about. No subtlety. The characters don't express any personality through their dialogue, because all the characters talk and act the same. Just like The Boys, the characters are pretty bad. Not a single character is likable. Not a single one. Marie is just bland and boring, and the bad acting doesn't make it any better. All of them talk and act the same. None of their personalities stand out, because they don't really have personalities. I don't care about Marie, or her motivation to find her sister, because their relationship isn't shown to us at all. Same thing with her parents. And there's nothing interesting about Marie that I can latch on to. Luke and Andre are supposedly best friends, but we don't see any evidence of this, besides them saying that they love each other. So I'm not interested in Andre's quest to find out what happened to Luke and his brother. And Luke's death doesn't really carry that much weight with it, because I didn't really know him, or his relationship with the other characters. I also find it very funny that Andre fucks Luke's girlfriend right after he dies. The guy didn't even wait a month. Not to mention Kate and Andre getting together comes completely out of nowhere. Jordan is fucking boring. He wants to have a high ranking in the school superhero charts or whatever, and he's sad that Marie took the credit for fighting Luke. Now, why should I care about him or his problem? The answer is, I wouldn't, and I don't. This is just a superficial problem that I don't care about. He also has some conflict with his dad for being transgender, essentially, and wanting to stay in his female form. And I can't get emotionally invested in this narrative because we barely get any time to explore it. They just talk about it in very on-the-nose dialogue. We don't really explore his relationship with his parents at all, but yet we're just expected to care because they talk about it. We don't even get a flashback scene of this. I can't connect to any of this, although there was one thing about Jordan that I like. I do think it's kind of cool how he switches between his powers when fighting. I don't like Emma. She just exists to be the edgy friend who makes dick jokes. She doesn't have any likable qualities, and she's mostly just boring, just like the rest of the characters. I guess she only exists to break Sam out of prison, I guess. Which, by the way, why does Emma agree to help Andre do this? She has no reason to go along with this. She barely even knows Andre or Luke. Why is she so eager to help him? I also think it's weird how she gruesomely kills a guy, and she's just perfectly fine with it. She isn't horrified by this. Does she care that she brutally murdered another human being? This is not how human beings react to things. She never killed anyone before, so why doesn't she have a stronger reaction to this? There's also a really unintentionally funny scene when she's reading mean comments on YouTube and she's really sad, and the writers actually expect us to feel sad for her. This is so ridiculous. Marie and Jordan's relationship isn't good. Their dialogue is super bad and it feels really forced. None of these characters are interesting on their own, so it's impossible for them to be interesting together. We barely spend any time fleshing out their relationship. We don't even know why they like each other. The writers just wanted them to be together, so they're together. Kate is a pretty nothing character. She's annoying, doesn't really have a personality, and kind of an asshole, just like most characters in this show. She mostly uses her powers to manipulate people into doing what she wants, and it's mostly just for selfish reasons, which doesn't really make her very likable. It's also revealed that she was being told to brainwash the other characters so that they wouldn't find out what's happening in the school. What I don't understand is why she goes along with this. I think it's because she likes Shetty. They say that they have a relationship, but this relationship isn't fleshed out at all. They just say that they love each other. But again, we see no evidence of this. We're just supposed to take it at face value. We know next to nothing about this supposed relationship. Eventually, the other characters realize what's going on, and they still decide to associate with her. They shouldn't want anything to do with her, especially Andre. Why are they still hanging out with her? So Kate finds out that Shetty wants to kill all the Supes, and she decides she wants to kill Shetty first. What? When did she become a murderer? This is so out of character for her, and this is someone who actually doesn't have a lot of character. This comes completely out of nowhere, and it feels so forced. Kate decides she's gonna free the Supes in the school, which comes out of nowhere and not something I think she would do. And Sam decides he's gonna join her, which actually makes sense for Sam, but the other characters are against it, and none of these characters actually try to stop them. Jordan was about to step in, but he doesn't think he can beat Sam. Why? He had no problem fighting Luke. Why is he scared of Sam all of a sudden? Jordan has like 3 superpowers. Sam seems to only have super strength, which Jordan also has. He's even fought him before. Why is he scared now? Yeah, it's told to us that Sam is stronger than Luke, but Jordan doesn't know that. Jordan just pussies out because he's scared of Sam, which doesn't even make sense because he doesn't even know how strong he is. We could have given this character an actual strong character trait, but he just pussies out for no reason. This seems so stupid and forced. So Kate frees all the Supes and goes on a murderous rampage throughout the school. She tries to mind control Jordan, but then Marie blows her arm off. Then Homelander shows up and blasts Marie with his laser beams, and she somehow survives. What the fuck? I mean, I get that she's a Supe, but come on, this is Homelander. Look at what Ryan did to Stormfront. How the fuck did she survive this with seemingly very little injury? She should have at the very least been severely injured, and it doesn't even seem like she's affected by it at all. I assume Jordan was hit too, and he seems perfectly fine. This is really stupid. There's also some more stupid moments in the show. So there's a device that can incapacitate Supes with sound. No, I'm not fucking joking. They say Supes have a wider range of hearing, and if they play a sound in a certain frequency, it can incapacitate Supes. This is really dumb. I assume most Supes have a more durable physiology than normal humans. Shouldn't their bodies be able to take it? Did Starlight or Maeve know about this? If so, why didn't they use it against Homelander? Would it even work on Homelander? If not, then why not? Does this work on all Supes? This is so stupid and it ruins the whole idea of Supes. This is a huge nerf to Supes. Supes are supposed to be super dangerous and really hard to deal with, but all you need now is a specific device to stop them. This makes Supes so much less intimidating. Homelander seems like much less of a threat now. But let me guess, the writers are going to come up with a reason why Homelander isn't affected by this. Or this device will just never be used again. In conclusion, Gen V sucks. It's even worse than The Boys. There was actually a few characters that I actually liked in that show, but I don't like anyone in this show. There's very little in this show that I can call good. There's no redeemable qualities. This show was an absolute slog to get through, and I'm just glad that I don't have to watch it anymore. So yeah, this show sucks. If you like The Boys, then you will probably like this show. But even a lot of fans of The Boys don't like this show. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Gen V. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. Patreon in the description if you want to support, and bye.